Level 1. Broke. The most expensive thing a friend will ever do to you costs $7. You are 22, four of you crammed into a booth, and the check lands in its little black folder in the dead center of the table. Everyone looks at it the way you look at a spider. You do the math out loud, because at this level, everyone does the math out loud. Danny owes $7. Danny says he'll get you next time. You cover it. You are about to spend 20 years and $1 billion learning who actually got you next time. The check sits there, and you notice something you will keep noticing for the rest of your life. Someone is always doing the math. The only thing that ever changes is whether you can see their lips move. Right now, everyone's lips are moving. Tracy is counting her cash. Danny is pretending his card declined, which it did. You have $41.17 in your account, and you put the whole booth on your card because splitting it 8 ways would take longer than the friendship. Nobody thanks you. Nobody needs to. At this level, the favor is invisible because everyone is equally underwater. That equality is the warmest thing you will ever have, and you do not know it yet. You think you are at the bottom. You are actually standing in the only room where money has not yet learned your name. Danny walks you to your car after, even though it's out of his way, even though it's raining. He doesn't want anything. Remember that. You are about to forget it for 18 years. Level 2. 25,000. First real salary, first apartment with a door that closes. The check changes its behavior immediately. Now when it lands, there's a half-second pause and people glance at you. Not openly, just a flick. You make the most money in the group now, by maybe $4,000, and $4,000 is enough to bend a table. You reach for the check a little faster than you used to. You tell yourself it's generosity, it's positioning. You want to be the kind of person who reaches. The reaching feels good. The reaching is a trap, and the door has not closed behind you yet. Danny still owes you $7 from the booth. He brings it up himself, laughing, says he's good for it. He never pays it. You notice you don't want him to. The $7 has become a small private joke that only the two of you carry, and a joke 2 people carry is worth more than $7. At this level, you can still tell the difference between people who like you and people who like the check moving in their direction. The list is still short, and the list is still honest. Tracy invites you to her birthday, and you bring a $30 bottle of wine instead of a $12, and nobody says anything, but you catch Tracy clock the label for exactly 1 second before she hugs you. 1 second. File that away. That 1 second is the whole next decade arriving early, and you mistake it for nothing. The math is quiet here, almost gone. Almost. You are about to learn that quiet is not the same as gone. Level 3, 100,000. Now they call you doing well. Not to your face, to other people, and it gets back to you, which is the point. The check stops being a problem you solve together and becomes a thing people perform around. When it lands, 2 friends make a show of grabbing for it, knowing you'll wave them off. The grab is theater. You are the audience and the patron at the same time. You pay, and you clap. A guy you knew in college, Marcus, resurfaces. Hasn't texted in 4 years. Texts you on a Tuesday. We should catch up, man. You meet him. 40 minutes of small talk, then the pivot. He's raising a little something. Just exploring. No pressure. There it is. You can watch his lips move now, doing the math, and the number he's doing it on is you. You go home and run your own arithmetic that nobody asked for. 3 old friends have resurfaced this year. The average gap before the ask. 9 days after the catch-up. You are not imagining the pattern. The pattern does not require your belief to keep working. You also start noticing the timing. Good news travels fast, and the friends travel 3 days behind it. You close on the house on a Monday. The congratulations texts from the resurfaced ones arrive Thursday almost to the hour, like they're all reading the same calendar. 3 days. The same gap. Every time. Real friends text you about a dog on a random Tuesday for no reason at all. Everyone else texts you exactly 72 hours after they hear the number. Danny doesn't text you to catch up. Danny texts you a photo of a dog he saw. That's it. No ask. You stare at it longer than a photo of a dog deserves. Level 4. 500,000. The asks stop being shy. A friend wants you to co-sign. Another has a cousin with a startup, Tracy, who invited you to her birthday 2 levels ago, now invites you to dinners where there is always somewhere around dessert, a deck on someone's phone. The check no longer lands at your table the way it used to. Now it slides. People slide it toward you with 2 fingers and the softest smile, and the smile says, "We both know how this goes." You let it. Refusing would cost more than the meal. You have learned that being the one who pays is cheaper than the conversation about why you didn't. You start keeping a number in your head that you tell no one. Last month, $3,400 on dinners where you were. The reason the dinner could happen. That is what still down-to-earth costs when you are the earth everyone is standing on. Comfort is the product. You are the vendor. And here is the thing that keeps you up. You can no longer prove anyone is here for you. Not because they aren't. Because you've lost the instrument that measures it. At 25,000, the instrument was simple. Who shows up when there's nothing to gain? At 500,000, there is always something to gain, so the instrument reads 0 in every direction. You are surrounded by friends. You cannot verify a single one. Both sentences are true, and they sit in the same chair. Danny asks you to help him move a couch. That's the whole ask. A couch. You almost cry in the U-Haul and you don't know why. You do know why. And you don't yet understand that the next level removes the check from the table entirely and takes the last honest signal with it. Level 5. 1 million. You fly the old crew to a cabin. You pay for the flights, the house, the boat, the bad whiskey, all of it. And for 48 hours, something impossible happens. The check disappears. Not because someone else paid it. Because there is no check. Just 6 people and a fire, and Danny telling the same story he's told 100 times, and everyone groaning before the punchline because they know it's coming. For one night, the math stops. Nobody is calculating. Nobody is positioning. Tracy falls asleep on the porch mid-sentence. You sit up at 3 in the morning and realize you are happy. Actually happy. In a way you haven't been since the booth. Then the sun comes up and you do the arithmetic anyway because you can't not. This weekend cost you $19,000. You bought back level 1 for 48 hours at $19,000. And it was worth every cent. And the fact that it was worth it is the saddest math you have ever done. The thing that used to be free now has a price, and you can afford the price, and that is exactly the problem. You are about to climb high enough that even $19,000 can't buy the booth back. Level 6. 10 million. Now everything is filtered. You have a guy who handles things. The check doesn't land at your table anymore. It never appears at all. Settled somewhere you can't see. By someone you pay to make it invisible. And the moment the check goes invisible, so does the last honest signal you had. When people fought over the bill, at least the fight was real. Now everyone is gracious. Everyone is warm. The warmth has no edges. And you've started to distrust anything without edges. New friends arrive, polished ones, and they're wonderful, and you cannot relax for 1 second around any of them. You catch yourself watching Lips at dinner, looking for the math. And the terrible thing is you can't find it anymore. They've gotten good. At 10 million, the people around you have learned to do the arithmetic without moving their lips at all. You miss Marcus, almost. At least Marcus was bad at it. There's a new word for what you have now. Not friends, not enemies, counterparties. You text Danny at midnight, nothing important, just a dumb meme. He texts back a worse one. No deck, no cousin, no ask. You hold the phone to your chest in a dark $40 million house, and you understand that this is the only unfiltered channel you have left. You are about to climb to a level where even that channel looks, to everyone watching, impossible to believe is real. Level 7. 100 million. At this altitude, there is no check anywhere on Earth with your name near it. And there are no accidents either. Every dinner is arranged. Every guest was vetted. The people across the table signed something before they sat down, a literal non-disclosure. And you've started to feel that everyone signs one in their head, whether the lawyers draft it or not. You are interesting now to people who collect interesting people. You get invited onto boats the size of the cabin you rented 2 levels ago. On those boats, surrounded by 40 admirers, you are more alone than you were with $41 in a rainy parking lot. Because here is what 100 million does. It makes you the most generous, most beloved, most surrounded man in any room, and it removes, completely, your ability to be seen as a person rather than a position. They love you the way you love a view, warmly, from a distance. Without ever asking the view how it's doing, you start timing how long a conversation runs before it bends toward what you can do for them. Your record is 4 minutes. The average is closer to 90 seconds. Then your phone buzzes. Danny. His truck broke down, and he's wondering if you remember the name of that mechanic from years ago. Not your money, the name of a mechanic. You laugh out loud on a 100-foot deck and the 40 admirers turn to look, and none of them understand that a man just treated you like a person for the first time in a month, for free, by accident, about a truck. You are about to reach the top of the ladder and discover the last rung is the emptiest one of all. Level 8, 1 billion. You have everything. You have everything. The sentence repeats because at this level, repetition is the only honest punctuation. There is no check in your life anywhere. There hasn't been one in years. Money has stopped being a thing you spend and become the weather you live inside, and weather doesn't love you back. You can buy any table on earth and you cannot, for any price, buy the booth 4 broke kids and a spider in a black folder and a math everyone did out loud because nobody had anything to hide. You are surrounded. You are alone. Those 2 sentences have shared a chair for so long you've stopped noticing the crowding. The new people are flawless. They anticipate you. They never make you do the math because they did it years ago, in a spreadsheet, before they ever shook your hand. Every kindness at this level arrives pre-calculated, and you can no longer feel the difference between affection and strategy, and not feeling the difference is the loneliest fortune of all. So you fly back. You find the old diner, still standing, same cracked booth. You bring Danny, who never got rich, who opened a small garage that does fine, who is happy in a way that has nothing to do with you and never did. You order like you're 22. And the check lands in its little black folder, dead center, the way it landed 20 years ago. Danny picks it up. $40. He pays it before you can move. He still owes you $7 from the first booth, and you both know it, and neither of you will ever mention it again. He is the only person in 20 years who never once made you do the math. That, it turns out, was the entire fortune, and it was sitting across from you the whole time, owing you $7, walking you to your car in the rain. If this one stayed with you, leave a thought below. Subscribe for more.